Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Speed and Strength SS2200 convertible helmet available at RevZilla.com. So in front of me you see two versions of the new SS2200. We've seen helmets like this in the past. The first time we've seen it dip under the $200 mark. Kudos, Speed and Strength. You've done a fiberglass helmet that has a lot of versatility for the rider. Now in front of me I have the solid version. It comes in a black, it comes in this silver, light silver, as well as a wine-colored red with no logos on it. For more of the adult, more mature riding crowd that doesn't love a lot of logos. And I actually love Speed and Strength's S&S logo. It's very subtle. It's just penciled on. It's a nice touch. To the left, to my left, I have the Spin Doctor model, which has their logo, comes up along the sides, has their trademark bull in the back here, and you're going to see that come out in matte anthracite as well as matte black. Again, same price points. So really the claim to fame with the helmet, if I'm looking at it, is that you get the best of a three-quarter helmet with the chin bar that is vented and is removable. You can see these posts on both sides. I'm just going to push them back, pop it right off, and now I have my chin bar on my DOT rated helmet that pops right off. And really that's what you're looking for with this helmet. Great for the touring crowd, great for the sport riding crowd, multi-season versatility. I'm going to get into some of the other nuances. Now keep in mind, I'd love to see your gut reaction to this. Leave us your comments, your questions on our YouTube page or product detail page. Click here right now to subscribe. Moving past that, let's talk a little bit about fit. We usually see an intermediate oval from Speed and Strength, and here it's fiberglass helmet. And we weighed it in around 3 pounds, 6 ounces for a large. We found that it was a little bit more neutral, a little bit more round. So it's not that basketball head-shaped round, but it isn't quite the intermediate oval that we see in some of the other Speed and Strength helmets. If you're not sure about head shapes, you can always watch a video on that we have on the site and kind of get your head around what that means to how it fits. But anytime you hear intermediate or neutral, a lot of times it's going to fit most people. So don't worry too hard. And if you are worried about shopping online and not getting the right size, you can always give us a shout first. But remember, we ship for free, exchange for free, no restock fees if you need to send it back to us. So keep that in mind as well. So ratcheting all the way back, let's talk about the features. Let's talk about some of the underlying foundational points here on the SS2200, really open face but convertible helmet. You've seen me take my chin bar off. It's going to be a dense but soft plastic on the inside. And notice that we also are going to have that switch that's going to direct airflow to the chin or to the face and the shield when it's open. You have detents on your shield here. As I move it up and down, you're going to see that lock in, the pulls on the edge. And notice the gasket around the eye port is actually a double-walled construction. We're actually seeing Shoei do that now as well, which is nice because it creates a solid seal, especially when you get caught in the rain. You're going to block that airflow from the top down. I will say that one of my gripes is using this locking mechanism on the outer shield. Not my favorite mechanism from Speed and Strength. I think some of their other helmets like the 1100 change a little faster, but here's why it probably doesn't matter that much. So while you have this great seal and it's spring-loaded and it's going to pull it back, we also on the 2200 have the drop-down visor system. So you're going to see anti-scratch drop-down visor that's going to pop down. There's my release for it on the left side here. See how easy that is to do with one finger. And that's going to be my sun visor. So you don't have to use the smoke shield, although it is available for the SS2200. And you're not going to spend a lot of time quick changing these shields in a pinch because you can always drop the sun visor system down. That's a nice touch. I already mentioned that the energy management system on this shell is going to be a fiberglass design, tri-composite. That's nice. That's a big step up from polycarb. That's saving a lot of weight, and that's how we come in at the 3 pound 6 ounce mark for a DOT rated helmet here. We're also saving some weight by not having a full chin bar. Now looking at it, it's using Speed and Strength's upgraded vent design. You have two modifiable vents, and when I say modifiable, I mean open and close. They have these little switches on the top that are easy to find with a glove. When I think about a helmet I'm going to wear multi-season, I want to know when I have my fall or winter gloves on, how hard is it going to be for me to find the vents. And the vents are streamlined. They work really well within the shell. Now I have two passive vents that aren't open and closable down here along the side, air intake scoops, and I'm going to have one Venturi vent, which is the vent that's going to suck air passively or actively at speed away from your head as it comes in and it circulates. And keep in mind too that when you're riding this in the open face fashion, even with the chin bar out, you're going to get a lot of airflow up through the helmet and you get a better sense of ventilation from a helmet like this. They just work better because you have less fixed pieces that are covering your face. Now moving past the outer shell and the venting scheme, let's move to the guts. I like that Speed and Strength is using a ratchet system. We see ratchets huge in Europe. You see Schubert at the top end of the food chain for modular helmets using ratchets. Speed and Strength on a lot of their helmet are using the ratchet. We have an aluminum cased ratchet, which really makes it easy to take the helmet off and on with one hand with a glove on. And notice our removable liner that's going to be wicking. So again, your liner is going to be soft, it's going to be wicking, it's going to be very usable, and in the summertime you can always hit it with some water at a gas station, give it a quick sweat rinse, and then it'll feel nice and cool against you. Will hold up in the longer term. Again, this is one of the more premium options that we're seeing from Speed and Strength, and it's using their upgraded guts. If I had to call out a gripe with this helmet, besides the shield locking mechanisms, I'm going to show you right where my finger's there. I'd like to see a bigger speaker cutout. We do have a smaller speaker cutout, but some of the newer communicator systems like the Cardos, like the Cenas, they're using a beefed up speaker for better sound quality. Speed and Strength, if you're listening, make that pocket a little bit bigger with the next iteration. But again, just the fact that you've addressed it at all is a nice touch. You are thinking about it. Now, if we look here past the neck roll is now removable. I'm going to start to pull my comfort liner out. So you see it come out. I like that they're using it on the brow with the plastic. That means no pressure points by having snaps here. And once it comes out, I'm going to slide this over for a second. Notice it's 3D in its design. There are cutaways. You're going to get solid airflow right through. 3D on the top. These snaps don't matter. You never feel them. They go under the occipital ridge of your head. And as we flip it inside out here, wicking material, it's going to pull sweat away and promote airflow. Again, it's nice. You're talking about a sub $200 helmet. That's a lot of bang for the buck. You can't complain too much when you're not spending $400. And if we move on to the inside guts of the helmet, you're also going to notice, look at the 5 to 10 millimeter vent holes, big channels that go all the way through. Good venting scheme on the inside of the helmet that should sweep air through, hit the venturies, and then somewhat funnel down the back of the helmet and keep your back of your head cool as well. Again, very complete in its design. I'm actually impressed that they came out with this because a lot of times we'll see manufacturers that aren't trying to hit that $200 mark or less with a helmet that could have this much complexity to it. So kudos, Speed and Strength. I think you've done a good first pass on a convertible helmet, and you have a little bit of room to improve, but don't we all? So keep in mind, if you have any questions about the Speed and Strength SS2200, shoot our Gear Geeks line, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Click right here in the video or right below the video on our YouTube page. Go to RevZilla.com/Speed and Strength to find the SS2200. Remember, we're here to help you. Remember, we make it really painful if you accidentally get the wrong size. So in a nutshell, SS2200, new for 2013. Solids, very subtle graphics that do come in matte. I'm Anthony. Thanks for tuning in.